hats off to VCU for the rally. You know, we knew they were going to come back at us. We did a little better job in the first half controlling tempo. Obviously played better defense, but we couldn't play good defense when our centers only played 17 minutes. So that was the recipe. If our centers played the full 40 like they normally do, I feel like the game would have been different. Couldn't protect the rim.
They're not a team that typically draws a lot of fouls on teams. What were they doing differently to get you guys? Because every single big you had was in foul trouble.
I'll watch the film and then I'll tell you. But, like, I thought some of them were vertical. You know, we just got to do a better job of staying out of foul trouble with our two big guys. Because then when you got Titus Verhoeven at the 4, you can really protect the rim. It changes the game. But when Chaz and Jordan only play 17, like that's tough for us.
Even with the fouls, what were they doing to limit Tillman? Because, I mean, obviously he was grabbing boards, but he was 4 for 10, which is not.
We were physical with them, you know. Those guys have done a good job on post people all year. So before we got Chaz healthy and Kellen Taylor, the football player, we had trouble around the rim. And tonight it was much of the same. You know, I think if we keep our guys in the game, I think, you know, it would have been a little different. No excuses.
You get to control the tempo in the first half. How much of an emphasis was that coming in, trying to slow them down a little bit?
We knew we couldn't win if it went above 66. So, you know, once a game got into the 70s, we're in trouble. So, you know, you got to pick and choose. You got to attack the press, but you also have to pick and choose. And we just didn't play good enough. But look, it's not the same old Duquesne, I'll tell you that.
Well, Coach, speaking of that, you guys are 11-1 in your whole team, under 70 points. What is something you guys have to do if you get into that situation to stay on the court and to score better?
Well, we got to stay away from the cheap fouls, the silly fouls. We just got to be able to play big. You know, it's simple as that. Like most people are playing small. I'm an upsized coach. Most people are downsized coach. I like playing big. I think it makes you better defensively. I think it helps you offensive rebound. But everybody else plays small, but we couldn't play big tonight, so that hurt us.
What was your message to your team in the locker room, even though they came here, they took this loss? Like you said, this is not the old Duquesne team. As we talked a few months back, you said that you were going to hold your players responsible and no excuses. So how are your players going to go from here?
Well, I mean, I think that the biggest thing is we got popped in the mouth, which we had earlier in the season, and we just have to react to it. We have to come back on the practice floor and do the things we do to win, and that is hold people defensively, be the best defensive team in the league, you know, not give up direct line penetration, and just hold ourselves to a high standard. You know, I've been in Rhode Island. I played at Rhode Island. I played here numerous times. I played at Dayton. And obviously, this is at least a 15, 16-point advantage to play here. I mean, it's a hard place to play. So overall, our message was keep your composure, you know, stay the course. And we probably hit a couple streaks where I think our offense got us in trouble as well. We missed some easy ones around the rim that could have stemmed the tide. I think we were 3 for 18 at one point, which really hurt us. Had we made a couple of those, I think it could have been a little different game. But they're good. I mean, Mike does a good job. I mean, you know, we knew we had to out-tough them to win, and they kind of won the battle of the toughness stuff. We've been. That's the first time we've been out-rebounded in probably a month and a half. So that hurts.
13 straight games you've out-rebounded. You won a game, but this tonight you out-rebounded 50-30.
Yeah, we just didn't do the little things to win, which we have to do the little things because we're not going to beat people with the big things. So, but I give our guys credit. Like they've been really fun to coach, easy to coach. They're competitive. They believe in themselves. And somewhere down the line, this game will help us. Or, you know, if they don't react well to it, it'll hurt us. So that's my job.
When you guys went into the half, despite having held them to 33% shooting, up only 8, what were you thinking? Did you know the run was coming, and what did you tell your team to try to avoid, basically? You know,
8 points is fine. I'll take an 8-point lead at halftime any day of the week. I mean, that's only a 5-point run after being up 13. I mean, we knew that they're a very, I got to get the right term. They're a very spurty team, right? So they'll go in spurts where they're horrible, and they'll go in spurts where they're not, where they're really good, right? And so we caught a couple of their spurts where they were really good, and we didn't handle it very well. We didn't answer, and that's how they won the game. In the first half, we never let them get comfortable, right? They never could get the tempo of the game the way they wanted it. I thought we had some shots, like I think Mike Lewis, Eric Williams, Renee had a couple 3 balls that were open that had we made them, and that was against the press, could have changed the dynamics of it as well. But again, that's what they try to do. They try to get you playing at that frenetic pace. And the half a havoc, I call it, because I don't think it's complete havoc anymore, right? Won them the game, really. So simple as that. They controlled the tempo in the second half. We controlled the tempo in the first half.
With their press, how much was fatigue a problem for you?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm sure it had something to do with it. I mean, certainly with our bigger guys. Like, we had to play Titus a lot of minutes, which he's only been playing about 16, 17 minutes a game. So certainly there. And then, you know, we had to play Eric Williams at the 4 spot too then. So we didn't get as much rest with our guards as we would have liked. But, I mean, that's part of it. That's part of building a program, is building depth, you know. So we don't have quite as much as we want right now, but we will. It's a good place. I got a good job, man. At Duquesne Dukes, or that Pittsburgh and Duquesne's a good job. And that sounds shocking, but it is. It didn't used to be, but it is now.
Did you get any texts from Shaka prior to this one? Any tips or?
No, I didn't want to put Shaka in a bad position. You know, he's got friends on both sides of the table. So I thought about it though, but I've seen him play. Look, I know how they're going to play. I mean, their system is very similar to when Shaka was here. So, I mean, we got the same calls: double fist, diamond fist. Like I kind of can call their plays for them. So, twirl, you name them.
Coach, you have accepted a challenge. Do you feel like you have to change the mentality, the mindset that
I try to change behaviors, you know. So the first thing I had to do was teach them that, hey, in order for them to play, they had to guard, right? Same thing I did at Akron. We taught them how to guard, right? And they know that if they don't guard, they don't play, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is I had to teach them that they were better than they thought they were. Guys like Rene Castro, Terrence Smith, those guys are good players, but they didn't think they were good players because they just didn't win, right? And then I had to teach them that the only way they can win is this way: grind it out, play good defense, share the ball. And so all I'm trying to do is build the building blocks to make a championship quality program, right? And then I'm taking, now this is hard for me, I'm taking the results as they come, right? So I'm trying to look long term. And so we've been blessed with some good short-term success because we've looked long term. But in the long haul, I think we'll have a good program.
Well, Coach, the last time you guys started like this, it was 2008, 2009. The team finished 21-13. Is that something that you can strive for better and not just settling for just a 24 record and trying to go above what you did with that?
I try to win every game I coach. I don't care who we're playing. Look, our line is very small. You understand? Our margin of error is very small, right? So if we don't come with great energy and play great defense, we could lose to anybody any night, right? But we're also good enough in certain areas that we can beat anybody any night, right? So, and it was very similar to when I first started, when Shaq and I were at Akron the first year. We lost our best player to an ACL, and we just had enough to win. Like, you know, that football player, he doesn't look like he's great, but he helps us. He's emotionally engaged. He plays hard defensively. He offensive rebounds. So, like, we have some pieces that allow us to compete, and we're better in certain areas than a lot of people in the league. We're probably better defensively than most people in the league, right? And the 2 guards are finally playing at the level they were recruited. Renee and Taryn are finally playing at the level that they got recruited at, and that's a tribute to them. Good?
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.